The 1954 season for a number of reasons. First of all, it was the first season that I really remember as a kid. I grew up in a Yankee household in northern New Jersey. My parents were both Yankee fans, and we were used to the Yankees winning every year. They won 5 straight world championships, something that will never happen again. And I remember that whole summer wondering when were the Yankees going to get into first place, and it never happened. The Cleveland Indians just had this phenomenal season. They won a record 111 games. They had 5 Hall of Fame pitchers on their staff. Not all of them were in their prime, but 2 of them were, Bob Lemon and Early Wynn. And they just had this phenomenal season. And then over in the National League, you had the Dodgers were coming off 2 straight world championships, 2 straight National League pennants, I should say. And all of a sudden, this Giants team was such a fascinating team in that you had Willie Mays coming back from the Army from being away for 2 years, and the Giants were just a mediocre team without him. And the core of that Giants team was Willie Mays, Monty Irvin, and Hank Thompson, 3 black players, and 5 Southern white players, and Alvin Dark, Whitey Lockman, Don Mueller, Dusty Rhodes, and Davey Williams. And going on in the country at that time, the Brown versus Board of Education decision came down in, I believe it was May of that year. And the whole country was in racial turmoil because of the Supreme Court ordering the integration of schools. You had riots in the South, you had protests in the North, and here you had this Giants team, which totally belied what was going on in the rest of the country. And I was fortunate to be able to, Monty Irvin was my Giants guy for this book, and Al Rosen was my Indians guy. Both in their 90s, both remember everything, and they were just wonderful. But I was fortunate to have gotten the last interview that Dusty Rhodes ever did, and a lot of these other guys on the Giants, and they all talked about the same thing, about race was never an issue with this team. It was an incredible thing when you think about it, because back in 1954, race was everything the issue everywhere else, but not in baseball, at least not with that Giants team. And it was also because of what Willie did with the Giants and what Larry Doby did with the Indians, leading them to Larry Doby led the American League in homers and RBIs that year. And this, to me, was really the breakthrough for the black superstars of baseball. Ernie Banks was a rookie that year. Hank Aaron broke in with the Braves that year. And from that point on, the integration in baseball really started to take off, to the point where all of these guys, Mays, Aaron, Doby, well, in the National League anyway, Mays, Aaron, Banks, and then later Willie McCovey came up, and you had Bob Gibson coming up, and Frank Robinson coming up with the Reds. And all of a sudden, if you look back, the National League became the dominant league in baseball because of what they did as far as integration was concerned.
Wow. Wow, what a book. And I've read it. I love it. I could pick it up and read it today. And it's called 1954. Bill Madden, M-A-D-D-E-N, is the author. And Bill, it's still in all the popular places, I'm sure.
Yes, it is. Still out there.
It's so worthy of any baseball fan, any historian, and you do a great job with it. I'm really happy to have you on here.
Truth be told, for me, I feel like the winner tonight wins the World Series, and I think the Giants are teed up to do just that. Neither one of these teams is going to win 2 in a row.